Did you know that some of the foods you regularly enjoy might actually be weakening your bones over time? It might sound surprising, but certain everyday items in your diet could be silently affecting your bone and muscle health. In today's video, we'll reveal which common foods may be harming you without your knowledge. Stick around until the end. We'll share practical tips to help protect your bones, ease leg pain, and make smarter nutritional choices moving forward. Number 1. Fried and highly processed foods. Even though they taste great, fried and heavily processed foods are among the biggest threats to strong bones and healthy muscles. These meals are packed with trans fats and saturated fats, which cause chronic inflammation in the body. Inflammation not only interferes with calcium absorption, but also leads to weaker bones and more frequent leg muscle discomfort. When these foods are eaten regularly, they slow digestion and cause toxins to build up, limiting your body's ability to send essential nutrients where they're needed most, like your bones and muscles. This can result in fatigue and that heavy feeling in your legs when walking. Plus, these processed foods are usually high in sodium and chemical additives, which cause the body to hold onto excess water, increasing the risk of high blood pressure and accelerating joint wear and tear. Over time, this lowers bone density and raises your chances of developing conditions like osteoporosis. Switching to healthier options like steaming, grilling, or baking instead of frying can make a noticeable difference. While your taste buds might need a little time to adjust, your body will quickly feel the benefits as inflammation goes down and bone health improves. Number 2. Refined sugar. Refined sugar hides in more products than you might expect, from pastries and soft drinks to sauces and snacks. But consuming too much of it triggers chronic inflammation, which worsens joint pain and muscle aches. It also blocks your body's ability to properly absorb calcium, which is essential for strong bones. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that high sugar intake can cause calcium to be flushed from your body through urine, weakening your bones and upping the risk of osteoporosis. But that's not all. Sugar can also throw off your hormonal balance. When you eat sugary foods, your body pumps out insulin to manage the glucose spike. If this becomes a frequent pattern, your insulin levels may stay high, disrupting other hormone systems. This disruption can interfere with how your body uses magnesium and calcium, two minerals critical for bone growth and repair. Additionally, high sugar intake can lead to insulin resistance, where your muscles don't receive the fuel they need, leaving you feeling sluggish and sore. The good news? Small changes can go a long way. Swap out sugar-loaded treats for fresh fruit, or try unsweetened alternatives when possible. These shifts can help you control your calorie intake, maintain a healthier metabolism, and give your bones the support they need to stay strong. Number 3. Sodas. Sodas may seem refreshing, but their effects on bone and muscle health are far from harmless. A key ingredient in most sodas is phosphoric acid, which interferes with your body's ability to absorb calcium, an essential mineral for strong bones. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition indicates that high levels of this compound can lead to bone demineralization, making bones fragile and increasing the chance of fractures and osteoporosis. What's more, just one can of soda can contain up to 10 teaspoons of sugar, far surpassing the World Health Organization's daily recommendation. This sugar overload triggers inflammation, which can aggravate joint and muscle pain. On top of that, ingredients like caffeine, sodium, and phosphoric acid in soda work together to flush calcium from the body, especially when consumed frequently. Over time, this leads to a significant decrease in bone density, particularly problematic in adults. You might think diet sodas are better, but they often contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame, which may disrupt your metabolism and even affect your gut health. Instead of reaching for soda, a better option is infused water with lemon or natural juices without added sugar. These not only hydrate, but also support your bones. Number 4. Refined carbohydrates. It's easy to love the smell of freshly baked bread or enjoy a plate of white pasta, but these refined carbs may be taking a toll on your bones and muscles. During processing, most of the fiber and nutrients are stripped away, leaving behind simple carbohydrates that spike your blood sugar levels quickly. This causes the body to release a surge of insulin to manage the spike, but it's usually followed by a sudden drop in glucose, leading to tiredness, weakness, and energy crashes. Over time, this constant up and down with blood sugar promotes inflammation in the body, which impacts bone and muscle tissue, potentially causing chronic discomfort and weakening structural strength. If you have any pre-existing joint conditions, refined carbs can make them worse by increasing stiffness and pain. Feeling tired or experiencing muscle soreness after eating white bread or sugary pastries might be linked to these blood sugar swings. Worse yet, rapid drops in glucose levels may throw off your levels of key minerals like magnesium and potassium, sometimes resulting in painful muscle cramps. To avoid this, try switching to whole grains such as brown rice, whole wheat pasta, or quinoa. These foods digest slower, stabilize blood sugar, and help deliver nutrients more effectively to your bones and muscles. Number 5. High-sodium foods. Salt adds flavor, but in large amounts, it becomes a serious concern for bone and muscle health. Foods like fast food, frozen dinners, packaged sauces, and even some breads can contain hidden sodium levels that slowly harm your body. Consuming too much sodium causes the body to flush out more calcium through urine, which gradually depletes your bone density. A report by the National Osteoporosis Foundation points out that diets high in sodium are closely linked to weaker bones, particularly in postmenopausal women. In addition, a high-salt diet promotes water retention, often resulting in swelling of the legs and feet, which brings a feeling of heaviness and constant fatigue. Over time, this swelling can interfere with mobility and reduce your energy levels. Swelling from excess salt can also affect your blood circulation, preventing essential nutrients like magnesium and calcium from properly nourishing your muscles and bones. This can lead to increased muscle pain, cramps, and joint discomfort. The tricky part? Many foods don't taste salty but are packed with hidden sodium, from bottled juices to cookies. Luckily, it's possible to turn this around. Begin by cutting back on processed salt in your meals and choosing natural flavorings like herbs, citrus, garlic, or spices. Lowering sodium in your diet supports better cardiovascular health, improves nutrient delivery to your muscles and bones, and helps reduce that uncomfortable fluid retention in your lower limbs. Number 6. Processed meats. While processed meats are a staple in many diets, they may be doing more harm than good, especially to your bones and legs. Items like sausages, hot dogs, and deli cuts are often loaded with sodium and chemical preservatives that can negatively impact your bone strength. High sodium levels force your kidneys to flush out more calcium through urine, reducing your body's ability to maintain solid and healthy bones. Over time, this calcium loss can make bones more fragile and raise the likelihood of fractures and osteoporosis. If you often experience leg pain, consuming these foods can worsen the issue, as weakened bones and insufficient calcium can lead to muscle fatigue and discomfort during everyday movement. Moreover, processed meats are preserved using substances like nitrates and nitrites, which, according to research, can trigger inflammatory reactions in the body. Chronic inflammation affects joint health and can heighten leg stiffness and pain. The World Health Organization warns that long-term inflammation doesn't just impact your musculoskeletal system, but also reduces your overall quality of life due to constant aches and joint limitations. On top of that, the high levels of saturated fat and salt in these meats can lead to poor circulation and promote plaque buildup in blood vessels. This restricts the delivery of vital nutrients to muscles and bones, making them more prone to injury and fatigue. A healthier alternative is to limit processed meats and go for natural, unprocessed protein options like grilled chicken, fresh fish, or plant-based sources such as lentils and beans. Making this switch helps lower your intake of preservatives, improve circulation, and support long-term bone strength and muscle health. Number 7. Caffeine. Caffeine is found in coffee, black tea, sodas, and energy drinks, and is a go-to for many people to fight tiredness. However, consuming it in large quantities can have a downside. especially when it comes to your bones and legs. Research in Osteoporosis International reveals that high caffeine intake can increase calcium loss through urine, as caffeine interferes with your body's ability to retain this vital mineral. Over time, this leads to lower bone density, potentially contributing to chronic leg pain and making everyday movements like walking or climbing stairs more challenging. Caffeine also tends to worsen inflammation, which can intensify joint pain and stiffness, especially if consumed alongside sugary beverages. If your legs feel achy or heavy after multiple cups of coffee or soft drinks, caffeine might be playing a role in your discomfort. Another lesser-known issue is its dehydrating effect. Caffeine acts as a mild diuretic, prompting the body to excrete more fluids than usual. This loss of hydration can lead to muscle cramps, weakness, and reduced physical performance, as dehydration impacts the balance of key minerals like potassium and magnesium. When your body isn't properly hydrated, you may feel sluggish, tense, and more prone to fatigue after simple physical tasks. This can slow recovery and reduce overall vitality. So if you're noticing these signs and consume caffeine regularly, consider cutting back and drinking more water to support your body. You don't have to give up your favorite beverages. Just consider replacing some with herbal teas or caffeine-free infusions, which can offer comfort without the downsides. Number 8. Milk chocolate. While undeniably tasty, milk chocolate comes with several downsides that can negatively impact your bone and muscle health. One major concern is its content of sugar and oxalates, natural compounds found in cocoa. Oxalates have a tendency to bind with calcium in your digestive tract, forming calcium oxalate, a substance the body can absorb. This means that eating oxalate-rich foods like milk chocolate alongside calcium-rich meals could reduce how much calcium your body can use to support strong bones. Furthermore, calcium oxalate is the primary component of many kidney stones, so individuals with a history of stones should be especially cautious, as a diet high in oxalates may raise the risk of recurrence. Another major drawback is the high refined sugar content. Consistently consuming sugary foods can increase inflammation, which plays a key role in worsening joint pain and muscle aches. For those who struggle with conditions like arthritis, sugar may heighten joint stiffness and tenderness. Research from Arthritis Research and Therapy highlights how a diet high in added sugars can fuel long-term inflammation, potentially limiting mobility and lowering overall life quality. Milk chocolate also contains a small dose of caffeine, and though it's not as strong as in coffee, regular intake still influences important mineral levels, particularly calcium and magnesium, both essential for bone and muscle function. On top of that, caffeine has a mild diuretic effect, meaning it increases fluid loss and can lead to dehydration if not countered with enough water. This can result in fatigue, muscle weakness, and slower physical recovery. But you don't need to eliminate chocolate entirely. Opting for dark chocolate with 70% cocoa or more offers a better choice. It contains less sugar and more flavonoids, which are powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and support heart health. The trick is to consume it in moderation. Enjoying small pieces of dark chocolate allows you to satisfy your sweet tooth without the risks linked to excessive sugar and caffeine. Number 9. Industrialized and frozen foods. Heavily processed and frozen meals are often packed with salt, chemical preservatives, and synthetic additives, which may take a toll on your bone and muscle health if eaten frequently. One of the key concerns is their high sodium content, which can interfere with the body's ability to retain calcium, a mineral essential for maintaining strong bones. When sodium levels are too high, your kidneys work overtime to flush it out. Unfortunately, they also release calcium in the process, leading to gradual loss of this vital nutrient. Over time, this ongoing depletion of calcium can result in weaker bones, raising the chances of developing osteoporosis and increasing your risk of fractures. But the concerns don't end with bone health. Many frozen and prepackaged items contain trans fats and saturated fats, both of which have been linked to chronic inflammation in the body. This type of inflammation doesn't just affect your heart and arteries. It can also target your joints and muscles. Continued exposure to inflammatory ingredients can cause persistent muscle pain, stiff joints, and even a heavy, sluggish feeling in your legs that affects daily movement. Studies from Harvard Medical School have associated diets high in trans fats with increased inflammatory disorders and impaired metabolic function. This inflammation can disrupt the flow of nutrients your body needs for muscle and bone repair, leading to more fatigue, leg cramps, and general discomfort after basic activities. Meals like frozen lasagnas, ready-to-eat entrees, snack packs, and packaged meats may be convenient when time is tight, but their long-term consequences shouldn't be ignored. Constant intake of these foods can strip your diet of essential nutrients while amplifying physical strain. If you often feel leg pain, tiredness, or muscle stiffness after eating these products, your diet may be affecting your health more than you realize. What's the solution? Start replacing them with easy, homemade alternatives that use whole ingredients and skip the artificial extras. Simple choices like stir-fries, fresh veggie bowls, or grilled proteins can deliver better nutrition and keep your bones and muscles strong. You don't need to give up processed foods overnight. Even gradual changes, like reading nutrition labels, choosing lower sodium versions, and preparing meals at home, can lead to noticeable improvements in how your legs and joints feel and function. Number 10, alcohol. Even moderate alcohol intake can adversely affect your bone and muscle health and disrupt several vital processes within the body. Why does this happen? One reason is that alcohol interferes with the body's ability to produce and process vitamin D, which is crucial for absorbing and depositing calcium in bones. Without enough vitamin D, the body struggles to properly utilize the calcium from your food, leading to decreased bone density and an elevated risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Beyond bone health, alcohol also impedes blood circulation, making it harder to deliver oxygen and essential nutrients to both muscles and bones. This can lead to feelings of heaviness in the legs, fatigue, and muscle discomfort, particularly after a long day or after drinking a large amount of alcohol. These symptoms occur because the impaired blood flow reduces oxygen supply, making it difficult for muscles to recover and repair. Another important concern is that frequent alcohol consumption promotes chronic inflammation, which can aggravate joint and muscle pain. Ongoing inflammation doesn't just compromise the musculoskeletal system, but can also worsen conditions like arthritis and other joint disorders. Research has demonstrated that alcohol can boost the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, substances that trigger inflammation in the body and are associated with long-term joint pain. Alcohol also has an impact on balance and coordination, which presents a serious risk for those with already weakened bones. The reduced stability and slower reaction times increase the likelihood of falls and bone fractures, especially in older individuals or those dealing with osteoporosis. A study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research highlights alcohol as a major contributor to bone injuries due to the combination of weakened bone structure and the heightened risk of accidents. To safeguard your bone and muscle health, consider swapping alcohol for natural alternatives like unsweetened fruit juices or sparkling water with lemon. These drinks are refreshing and offer real benefits, such as enhancing nutrient absorption and reducing inflammation. Taking care of your health doesn't mean giving up fun, but it's about making more mindful and healthier choices. If you want to support strong bones and muscles, it's crucial to pay attention to the foods you eat daily. By steering clear of those that can harm your bone and muscle health, like fried foods, refined sugar, and processed meats, you can make a significant difference in your well-being. It's also a great idea to add beneficial foods into your meals, such as prunes, which are loaded with antioxidants and bioactive compounds that help improve bone density, or nuts, which are packed with important calcium and magnesium. By doing so, you're not only strengthening your bones, but also easing muscle pain. Other fruits like mangoes, oranges, cherries, and pineapple provide essential nutrients to enhance calcium absorption, reduce inflammation, and alleviate leg pain. By adopting a well-rounded diet that includes these foods, you'll not only prevent conditions like osteoporosis, but also ensure the overall health of your bones while avoiding pain in your limbs. If you found this video helpful and want to discover which foods could be secretly harming your muscles, I encourage you to check out our other video. With that, I'll wrap it up. See you in the next one.